Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott. I want to discuss basking in the feeling, a phrase commonly used by both Neville Goddard and Quo. I want to open the door to a world where your feelings are not just a part of a daily experience, a reaction, but the very essence of creating and manifesting the life you desire. At the heart of this discussion is Neville Goddard's amazing book, The Feeling is the Secret. Be sure to check out my reading of this book. Goddard is positing that the key to manifesting your desire lies not in the actions you take, or even the thoughts you think, but in the feelings you hold. It is a compelling notion that invites you to shift your focus from the mechanics of manifestation to the emotional states that truly drive the process. Goddard always stated that we enter into a state in order to create our reality, and these states are tied directly to your feelings. I have found in coaching others who want to manifest their reality, and in discussions with others that want to learn about the law of attraction and manifestation, one of the most difficult areas is to create feelings as a part of the manifestation process. Feelings are tied directly to the heart. And when your heart is in alignment with your mind, you are all powerful. That is when you're gaining the true God power. But in order to do that, you must understand how to create feelings, how to enter into feelings that may not resonate with you in your current moment. You may be struggling, paying your bills. You may not like your living arrangement. There's all kinds of reasons why you can have very negative feelings. And understanding what Neville Goddard says, the feeling is the secret to creating your reality. Negative feelings can also create. But at the same time, when you understand this, you don't want to be fearful of negative feelings. So I want to talk about how we can bask in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. We're venturing into the rich, complex world of feelings themselves. What are they? How do they come to be? And most intriguingly, how can we create and enhance feelings for experiences we've yet to have? I want to give you the tools and understandings that you need to transform your inner world, and with it, your outer world. Feelings are the subjective experience of emotions deeply intertwined with your thoughts, bodily sensations, and actions. They are the personal, intimate expressions of how you interpret and react to your surroundings, shaping your perceptions of the world and yourself. Unlike pure emotions, which are more general and universal, feelings are colored by your individual experiences, memories, and beliefs. They guide your decisions, influence your behaviors, and affect your well-being, acting as the internal compass that navigates you through the complexities of life. The role of feelings in your life cannot be overstated. They motivate you to pursue your goals, connect you with others, and signal when your needs are met or when they are not. Feelings are the language of your inner self, communicating your deepest desires and fears. By understanding and attuning to your feelings, you not only enhance your self-awareness, but also your capacity for empathy and connection with the world around you. Now, what we know about feelings is complex when it comes to the science of it. It's a multifaceted process involving various parts of your brain, the nervous system, and the body's physiological responses. At the core of this process is the limbic system, which includes structures such as the amygdala, the hippocampus, the hypothalamus. These areas of the brain play crucial roles in emotional regulation, memory, and the autonomic nervous system's response to stimuli. When we encounter a stimulus, the amygdala evaluates it for its emotional significance, triggering an immediate unconscious emotional response. This response is then integrated with our personal memories, beliefs, and social conditioning by the hippocampus and other areas of the brain, transforming a generic emotional reaction into a nuanced personal feeling. Neurotransmitters and hormones such as dopamine, serotonin, and cortisol further influence this process, affecting our mood and emotional state. The interplay between our brain's interpretation of external stimuli and our body's physical reaction creates the rich tapestry of feelings we experience, from the flutter of joy to the heaviness of sadness. The concept that our feelings can shape our reality might seem mystical at first glance, yet it's grounded in the psychological principles of perception, attention, and expectation. Our feelings act as filters through which we perceive the world, influencing what we notice, how we interpret events, and the memories we recall. By focusing our feelings on positive outcomes and desirable states, we can effectively steer our attention and actions towards making those outcomes a reality. This is not to say that simply feeling happy or satisfied will instantly materialize your desire. However, by cultivating positive feelings, you create a mindset conducive to recognizing opportunities, fostering resilience, and taking inspired action. Feelings of joy, gratitude, and satisfaction generate a positive feedback loop, attracting experiences that resonate with these emotions. Moreover, the concept of feeling as if the desired outcome has already occurred plays a pivotal role in reality creation. This practice, deeply rooted in the work of Neville Goddard, Joseph Murphy, and many others, involves immersing yourself in the feelings associated with your goals as if they have already been achieved. This not only aligns your emotional state with your desires, but also mobilizes your subconscious to work towards these goals, often in ways you might not consciously anticipate. In understanding feelings, you uncover the profound impact they have on your life and the world around you. By mastering the art of cultivating and directing your feelings, you unlock the potential to shape your reality, transforming your deepest desires from mere thoughts into tangible experiences. So I want to take some time and really talk about some of these positive emotions. Just by talking about it, you can bring these emotions up. You can understand them more clearly. Let's talk about joy. Joy is a profound feeling of happiness and elation, often arising spontaneously from experiences of love, achievement, or a deep sense of satisfaction with life. It's characterized by lightness, energy, and a sense of harmony with yourself and the world. Cultivating joy involves seeking out and appreciating the simple pleasures of life, fostering positive relationships, engaging in activities that align with your values and passions, and practicing gratitude for the present. Joy is an intense, often fleeting emotion that represents happiness, pleasure, or delight at its most profound. Unlike more pervasive moods that color our days, joy punctuates your life with moments of undeniable positivity, lighting up your experience with brightness and vitality. It's that sudden uplift you feel when you hear great news, the warmth that floods your heart in moments of appreciation, or the uncontainable laughter shared with friends. Joy is marked by its ability to be both a deeply personal experience and one that is universally understood and sought after. To cultivate joy, you can engage in activities that bring personal satisfaction and happiness. This might include spending time with loved ones, engaging in a beloved hobby, or immersing yourself in nature. Mindfulness practices that encourage living in the present moment can heighten the experience of joy, as they teach us to notice and appreciate the beauty and goodness that surrounds us daily. Creating a mindset that looks for the positive in each situation can shift your default state closer to one of joy. Then there's hope. Hope is a forward-looking emotion, a beacon that guides you through challenges and adversity towards a brighter future. It is the feeling that what is wanted can be had, or that events will turn out for the best. Hope embodies the human capacity to envision a better tomorrow, even in the face of uncertainty or difficulty. It is not just wishful thinking, but a dynamic cognitive process that inspires action and perseverance. Now, there's a book that I've never forgotten, I always, in my mind, link hope to, by Ian Banks, called Surface Detail. It's a fictional science fiction novel. At a time in the far future, advanced civilizations create their own hells for people to properly punish them in virtual worlds. And it's interesting because they're able to create hells through hope. If there is no hope, there is no hell. So hope can have a good and positive aspect. If there is hope, you can always move forward and move towards what you want. But once you lose hope, it's all gone. You can cultivate hope. That involves setting realistic goals and developing pathways to achieve them. A process known as pathways thinking. It requires agency thinking, the belief in your own ability to initiate and sustain actions toward your goals. Hopeful individuals tend to be more resilient, able to cope with stress more effectively, and maintain a positive outlook in life. Encouraging hope can be as simple as focusing on strengths rather than weaknesses, fostering a supportive social network, and practicing optimism by visualizing positive outcomes. Bliss transcends ordinary happiness, representing a state of complete contentment and spiritual fulfillment. It's a profound peace and joy that does not depend on external circumstances. Bliss can be cultivated through meditation or deep connection with nature, meaningful spiritual practices, or any activity that promotes a sense of unity and wholeness. It's about surrendering to the moment and finding joy in being rather than doing. Bliss stands as the epitome of peace and contentment, a deep, enduring state of well-being and fulfillment that transcends temporary external conditions. It's often described as a peak experience of happiness, but its roots go deeper, touching the spiritual or existential aspects of your life. Bliss is the serene acceptance and appreciation of life, as it is coupled with a profound sense of connection to something greater than yourself, whether that's nature, humanity, or the divine. You can cultivate bliss. This involves practices that connect you deeply with your inner self and the world around you. Meditation, yoga, other spiritual practices can be pathways to bliss, but it also helps just to quiet the mind, to foster a sense of unity with the universe. Pursuits that fulfill your deepest passions and purpose can lead to bliss as they align your actions with your inner truths, creating a harmony that resonates with the essence of bliss. Ecstasy refers to intense moments of joy and exhilaration, accompanied by a feeling of transcending the self and merging with something greater, similar to bliss. These moments can arise from profound artistic experiences, spiritual revelations, or deep personal connections. Cultivating ecstasy involves openness to new experiences, cultivating passion, and seeking moments that challenge and expand oneself. So the question is, what's the difference between joy and bliss and ecstasy? These are questions that you should ask. You should treat your feelings very specifically. Learn to understand them. Learn to evaluate them. Expand upon them. Identify them and categorize them. For instance, there's satisfaction. That's the contentment when your desires are fulfilled. This is the signature in many ways, including gratitude, of your wish fulfilled. And unlike fleeting pleasure, satisfaction has a lasting quality, grounded in the achievement of goals or the realization of personal values. Cultivating satisfaction involves setting and pursuing meaningful goals, reflecting on accomplishments and finding joy in the journey. Then there's relief, which is oftentimes what you would feel in a manifesting situation, and that's the emotional release experienced after a period of stress, worry, or conflict is resolved. It's a return to emotional equilibrium, marked by a decrease in tension and an increase in calmness and well-being. To induce relief, one can practice stress management techniques such as deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, or engaging in leisure activities that divert the mind from its burdens. One amazing feeling I like to focus on is freedom. Freedom is the expansive feeling of liberation in the absence of confinement or restriction. It's associated with making choices aligned with your true self and your values. Cultivating freedom involves breaking free from limiting beliefs, embracing change, and making choices that enhance your autonomy and self-expression. Inspiration is wonderful. That's the exhilarating feeling of being filled with creative energy and ideas. It's a force that compels you to create, explore, and express yourself in unique ways. Cultivating inspiration involves exposing yourself to diverse experiences, embracing curiosity, and creating space for the muse to arrive through practices like journaling and nature walks or meditation. Motivation has been classified as different than inspiration. Inspiration can be a fleeting thing, and motivation can be a longer-term thing. Motivation is the inner drive that propels you towards your goal and aspiration. It's fueled by desire, ambition, and the pursuit of fulfillment. Cultivating motivation involves setting clear, achievable goals, finding personal reasons behind these goals, and celebrating small achievements to maintaining momentum. I believe that creativity is a feeling. It is one of my favorite feelings, and I believe it is the magic feeling that you can use to manifest whatever you want. I do it all the time. I am doing art all the time, not necessarily just for the art, but for the feeling of it, because I'm aware of its power. Creativity is the joy found in bringing new ideas, solutions, or works of art into existence. It's an expression of the self and an exploration of the possible. Cultivating creativity involves embracing curiosity, allowing for experimentation and play, and creating an environment that nurtures creative thought and action. Love is perhaps the most profound and complex of all human emotions and feelings, encompassing a wide range of feelings from the deep affection and bond shared with family and friends to the passionate connection and intimacy experienced with a partner. Love is characterized by the sense of warmth, security, and deep-seated desire for the well-being of others. It transcends mere physical presence, thriving on the emotional and spiritual connections that bind individuals together. Cultivating love involves more than just waiting for it to appear. It requires active engagement and nurturing. We are in a classroom of love, and so we're constantly learning about this amazing feeling that creates clearly and does so much more. This can be done through open communication, showing appreciation, practicing acts of kindness and compassion. It means listening deeply, offering support without conditions, accepting others for who they are, engaging in activities that build trust and mutual respect, strengthens the bonds of love. Furthermore, self-love is a crucial foundation, as understanding and accepting oneself can enhance the capacity to love others. And one of the key emotions or feelings is gratitude. And many very basic teachers of the law of attraction, including The Secret, teach gratitude because it really is a signature feeling in the quantum field for what your wish is like. And if the feeling is the secret, if you are feeling grateful, satisfied, or free, then you are in that signature of your wish fulfilled if you cannot create the exact feeling of it. Gratitude is a powerful emotion that arises from acknowledging and appreciating the good things in life. Whether big or small, it shifts the focus from what is lacking to the abundance that exists now. This emotion has the remarkable ability to improve psychological well-being, enhance relationships, and foster a positive life outlook. Gratitude is associated with increased happiness, reduced depression, and greater satisfaction with life. Cultivating gratitude can be practiced through various means, such as maintaining a gratitude journal, where one regularly records things for which they're thankful. It can involve expressing gratitude to others through words and actions, which not only enhance your own feeling of gratitude, but also strengthens relationships. Being mindful of how grateful you are in the moment is always important. This practice encourages a shift in perspective, highlighting the interconnectedness of all things and the gifts that life offers. And sometimes it can be difficult to be grateful when you're really struggling. But if you can just spend a few moments trying to find something to be grateful for, it will switch and change your feelings from a negative, destructive feeling to a positive one. We've just discussed this for several minutes, and still, these are just generic descriptions of these feelings. In many ways, language cannot capture what a feeling truly is. That's what people try to do when they're reading fiction, is to describe the feeling. Describe the feeling of the moment, describe the feeling of the narrator. And that's why so many books have been written, because they try to capture glimpses of feelings going on. And that's why they're so powerful compared to just movies. Now, obviously, you can meditate and be mindful. That's always a go-to recommendation for any of my episodes. But we can do more than that. Visualization and the power of imagination open up a world where the boundaries between the real and the imagined start to blur, allowing you to experience emotions associated with desires and dreams. So through visualization, you can mentally rehearse achievements and relive cherished memories, or immerse yourself in scenarios that evoke strong, positive emotions. This practice not only prepares you for future successes, but enables you to access feelings of joy, confidence, and satisfaction in the present moment. One technique is priming, something I learned from Tony Robbins. And the practice involves simply going back to moments in your life that were highly emotional, moments that really made you feel good, inspired, free, relieved, grateful, you name it. And you can bring up those feelings you had in that moment. That is one good way to bring up a feeling now that may not be related to what's happening to you in the future. So you go back and start to list really powerful moments that you've had in the past. So let's do that. I want you to think of 3 amazing moments. What are the best moments of your life? And spend some time thinking about it. Bring up a moment right now. What's the most exciting moment of your life? Bring it up from a first-person perspective and evaluate what it felt like in your body. How did it feel in your heart? How were you breathing? What was the sensation on your skin? All these things are important. Every aspect of this is important. The more you try to remember, the more accurate your feelings can be brought about. So think about it for a moment. Think about the most exciting moment you ever had, the best you ever felt. Just close your eyes and think about it. Sometimes it helps to put your hand on your heart, because a lot of times these feelings are located by focusing your consciousness on your heart. That's why heart coherence is so powerful. And one of the steps of true heart coherence is to bring up feelings. So take a moment right now and just bring up the happiest day of your life. How did it feel? And remember it. Now take another moment and bring up another experience. Maybe it was a sporting event, a family affair, something that happened in your childhood. It can be anything that comes up. And just sit in that moment, remembering how good it felt. And then bring up a third moment. Any moment that comes up, bring it up and remember what it felt like in your body. How was your heart beating? Were you jumping up and down? What were you doing physically? What was going through your mind? How did it feel in your stomach? Evaluate it from every perspective. Now, you take all these emotions that you've just felt. They should be easy to bring up and then try to magnify them in your body. Can you magnify this feeling? Another aspect that I recommend is trying to magnify the feeling. Oftentimes when we remember feelings, it's a shadow of the original feeling. So in order to really bring it up and to be accurate with it, try to intensify the feeling. In neurolinguistic programming, they recommended that we imagine a dial in our mind, and we go in and turn the dial up. Other people use different techniques. Whatever comes up, try to magnify the feeling for a few moments. Now, this is an amazing technique that you can use anytime. If you're wallowing in your negative feelings, try this technique. Prime yourself. So then you can easily imagine a future scenario by bringing some of these feelings that you've had in the past. One question I constantly have is, how do we bring up the feeling of something we've never experienced? This is the first step. Now, the next step is, how would it feel if? You can sit and daydream and imagine what it would feel like. Imagine what it would feel like if you won the lottery. This is not difficult. I can easily think about what it would feel like to win the lottery. Jumping up and down, super excited, sharing the moment with my wife. I know my heart would be beating hard. I would be out of breath. My cheeks would be red. I could feel it in my stomach. There's so many little aspects I can bring up. It's super fun to do that. How would it feel if? Ask yourself that question now. Imagine something that you want to experience and say, how would it feel if? What you just did is really simple, and you will see the effect. If you continue to do this, it sometimes takes multiple times to do it, to get better at it, to really feel it properly. There's a click that happens when you're aligned with that emotion and you're really feeling it in the moment. Another thing you can do is emotional scripting. This takes a visualization a step further by incorporating the written word, by writing detailed narratives about your desired outcomes or the emotions you wish to cultivate. You create a blueprint of your emotional and feeling landscape that you can visit and revise as needed. This technique allows you to articulate and explore the depths of your feeling, making them more tangible and accessible. Through emotional scripting, you can script your way into new states of being, exploring the nuances of emotions like love, hope, and gratitude, and anchoring them into your daily life. The role of music and sound in evoking emotions is profound for me, and I use it all the time. I have a playlist I listen to. Music has the power to transport you to different times and places. It evokes memories and stirs a wide range of emotions from exhilaration to serenity. There are certain songs that bring up certain feelings for me every time, and so if I listen to that song, I know it's going to shift my state. By consciously incorporating music and soundscapes that resonate with the emotions that you wish to experience, you can create aural environments that facilitate emotional shifts, enhancing your mood and overall sense of being. Movement and dance serve as dynamic catalysts for emotional expression and exploration. Physical movement can unlock emotions stored in the body, releasing tension and allowing joy and vitality to flow through. Dance, in particular, offers a unique blend of physical exertion, creativity, and emotional release, making it a potent practice for you if you seek to explore and enhance your emotional state. Dancing is always incorporated with positive emotions, so I recommend it. I've also found that Qigong practices and yoga practices have allowed me to change and incorporate different feelings into my body. We're focusing on the body because the feelings are in the body. This is the vessel that we're stuck in. But we're not stuck because we can understand and use it to gain more power over the world around us. The natural world, with its inherent beauty and tranquility, has a calming effect on the mind and can evoke feelings of awe and inspiration and connectedness. So what I like to do is go into nature. It changes how I feel about things. I'll go for a walk. It'll always change how I feel. There is no doubt that diet and physical health affect your feelings. Like I said, this is a body-oriented teaching. And so if you still don't feel well using all these techniques, then be honest with yourself. Maybe it's something that you're eating or your exercise routine. The foods you consume can have a significant effect on your mood and energy, influence your capacity to experience and cultivate a positive emotion. Maintaining physical health through regular exercise and self-care will support your emotional resilience and vitality, enabling you to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and optimism. To properly feel in order to manifest your reality, you must live in the end. That's more than just positive thinking or visualization. It's an immersive practice where you adopt the feelings, beliefs, and behaviors associated with the desired future state in the present moment. The journey to living in the end is paved with a variety of techniques designed to bridge the gap between the now and the not yet. And these practices invite us to engage our imagination, senses, and emotions, crafting a vivid and felt experience of your future. Just as children engage in play to explore different roles and scenarios, adults can use pretend play as a powerful tool for emotional manifestation. This technique involves acting out scenarios related to your desires, whether through spoken dialogue, dressing for the role, or engaging in activities your future self would enjoy. By physically embodying these roles, you send a potent message to your subconscious, reinforcing your belief in the possibility of your desires becoming reality. Your physical environment has a significant impact also on your emotional state. So create a space that reflects the fulfillment of your wish. Surround yourself with visual and tactile cues that reinforce your desired future. This could involve decorating your space with symbols of your goals, such as pictures, colors, and objects that resonate with your envisioned success. Such environments serve as a constant reminder of where you're headed, deeply embedding the feeling of your wish fulfilled into your daily life. Emotional anchoring involves assigning emotional significance to physical objects, to expressions, gestures, words. So you get a feeling and then you anchor that feeling, and it turns it into a tangible reminder of the feelings you associate with your future success. So you would go back to the priming technique that we tried and then give yourself a word or an expression. It can be as simple as just putting your thumb up or pinching your wrist. Then every single time you have that feeling, you set the anchor. Once the anchor is set, it becomes intricately related with the feeling. Then you can quickly bring up the feeling without having to go through meditation or any specific process. There are other people that are anchoring you all the time to different emotional states. It's done on TV. A good movie does it. You can be proactive and create anchors. It can be when you listen to a great song that gives you that chill, the goosebumps, then you anchor yourself to that. And then you can bring that feeling up. You can cultivate a desire to bask in the feeling of your wish fulfilled. When you bask, you sit and enjoy that feeling. You don't bring it up for 1 or 2 seconds. You bask in it. And that's the word that Neville Goddard always uses. Bask in the feeling. As Neville says, you simply bask in the joy that it has happened. In his lecture, What Do We Do? He says, bask in the feeling that I am. And you name it now. What it is that you are calling out of the depth with the name of God. and you bask in that feeling. The dictionary says that bask means to revel in and make the most of, so you revel in it. You enjoy the feeling of it. You don't go through it like a technique or process where you spend a couple of minutes. You bask in it. When you bask in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, it's just a matter of time before you truly experience it in the outer world. And you can literally create and do anything that you want if you can bask in the feeling of it. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. And welcome to The Reality Revolution.